Okay, in this lecture we're going to perform mediation where ROL is our mediator. We're going to check the impact of IV on DV like this, HPWS on anxiety, then IV on MV, then MV on DV. And at the end, both IV and MV which are mediating and independent on DV. So we're going to check its impact. We're not going to compute it. We're just going to run simultaneous regression, multiple regression for taking IV and MV. So these are the steps. Again, R square, then beta, and then significance, as I already told you. So this is what actually we are going to learn from it. So let's take a look to check if mediation exists or not. Suppose if your both IV and MV are significant and your beta decreases, which is compulsory for mediation to exist. So we would say that if both IV and MV are significant and there is mediation and beta decreases, so what actually it is partial mediation. When both mediating and independent variable are actually significant. The same rule applied in moderation. We had said that when first IV and second MV are significant, in the last step we see this. So with the impact of actually that too. So we see that this is actually our partial mediation when they're significant. And when one of them, whether first or second, if one of them is insignificant, okay, whether IV or moderating variable is insignificant, that is full moderation. So same is the case for mediation over here. We see that if both MV and IV are significant and beta increases, so there is no mediation, because for mediation to exist, beta should decrease. So this says that there is no mediation. These are some of the main concepts that you have to remember while performing your and analyzing your test at the end when you have performed it. When MV is insignificant and beta decreases, there is no mediation, because your mediating variable over here, it has become insignificant. So beta can decrease, all other possibilities can be fulfilled, but mediation will not exist. If IV is insignificant and MV is significant and beta decrease, there is mediation. And for being insignificant, we will say that there is full mediation now. So you have to keep this in your mind. So when both MV and IV are insignificant, again, as mediating variable has become insignificant, so there is no mediation. So these are some of the main 5 steps that you have to remember while checking if your mediation exists or not. So let's take a look. Okay, now you just see. Okay, let's take this window just. See high performance work as independent, then we are going to take ROL as mediator, and then we're going to take anxiety as dependent. So let's take analyze, and then regression, and then linear regression. Now just reset it. We had it for moderator. Get down, and now you see that what was your independent high performance work system. Your ROL was mediator. Put it over here. Bring them to a side. Okay, get it back. Okay, now you see the steps. In step 1, IV on DV. We're going to check the impact of IV on DV. Bring it back. Let me show you what actually our IV was. Our IV was high performance work system. You can see it from here. High performance work system was our IV, and then this was our IV. We have already added anxiety, that was dependent. So here click on next. Our first step is done. Then according to our second step, what did we have to do? We had to check the impact of IV on MV. So now your mediating variable will be your dependent variable. So what you have to do, you just have to get back to it. First put your IV over here. What was your IV in this case? In this case, your IV was again high performance work system. So let's get back. Oops. Okay. Let's get back to high performance work system. Put it on independent, and then take dependent back, and then select. What do you have to select? You have to select ROL as dependent variable. So now just move to next step. And what did you have to do in the next step? Check over here. You have to check the impact of mediating variable on dependent variable. Now your dependent is changed. Put it back, and then dependent, and then independent. Click on next. Now what do you have to do? You have to select mediating and independent variable collectively to check the impact. Click on statistics, R-square change, then continue, and then click on OK. Method is done, then click on OK. Okay, now you get the results over here. Okay, so these are your results for mediation to exist. Again, you have tables and you have to check what actually values do you need for your table. Again, here are R-square, there's R-square change, there is in it. So let's see that. Now get back, get down. See, this is beta, this is T, and then this is significance value over here. So there exists mediation because in this step, this is significant, and when we get to our last step where we had taken mediator and independent variable collectively, it was significant. Then in excluded variable, you can get the value of role overload and where it check its impact on anxiety. That was our second step. It is given you in the form of excluded variables. So this is your last important step, and you see that here you got the values. Okay, now you see, okay, mediation and moderation. This is where you put R-square value. You see, you will get R-square value from, and then comes the beta. This is coefficient table. This is the important table where you get the values. Then you see that, okay, get back to this. Next, you have to check the impact of IV on MV. What was your independent variable and then mediating variable? Now you just see what was actually it. So get it. Yes, you see, you can have check the predictor as high performance work system was your predictor. Okay, this was independent, role overload was your dependent variable, and this is significant. And you see this step, this is the significant step, then the last step is also significant. So we can say our mediation exists since our last step is significant. So, and there is partial mediation because our IV, high performance work system, that is actually significant. So when we say that it is significant, get down. So when we say that when our both MV and IV are significant and beta decreases, there is mediation and it is partial mediation. So here our mediation is partial mediation. So beta, these are the percentage changes that are caused in independent variable due to change in independent variable, 1 unit change in independent variable. These are the R-square values. Once again, I'm just telling you where would you get your values from. So this is actually, okay, now see, you have to see all the changes that you have required for your analysis, for your study. You have to see all the statements so that you get to know if your mediation exists or not. This is an important thing because so many people make mistakes in it. So this is the way how you're going to conduct mediation for your analysis. So now let's take a little bit look at where would you get the values from. Okay, we have another window in it. So this is how you would carry out mediation, and you would just add up the values that you require in your table. I've given you the tables for interpretation. So this was all from the course, all the content, that the lectures that were included in your course. This is it. We have ended it up to mediation because these all were the core actually requirements for your analysis. So this was all from the course. So I hope you enjoyed learning the course. If you have any queries and if you want to give any reviews, if you liked it, please add a review. And if you want me to improve it further, please you can send me a message and you can ask for any assistance that you need. Thank you so much for watching this course.